So, good morning, everyone. Also, a warm welcome from my side to our today's German Select Conference. As the third company today, we are happy to announce Zeal Network. With us, CFO Andrea Behrendt will run us through the presentation. As you might have already heard in the previous presentations, some housekeeping. The presentation will last about 15 to 20 minutes. We will have time for a Q&A about 10 minutes afterwards. The presentation will be recorded, and you are able to post your questions into the chat box on the bottom right. And without further ado, I'd like to hand over to you, Andrea. The floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, and welcome everybody. I'm very happy to present the network today to you, and we are very grateful of your interest for us. Let's kick off with what we are talking today about. So I will give you a quick insight about Zeal and their size, and then we will jump into the market overview. Then I will guide you through the exceptional business model that we have at Zeal, and all the potential on the strategy side that we are still seeing. And at the end, I would like to share with you the 9 months results from this year that we are proudly sharing with you. And with that, I would go over, first of all, to our overall ambition. So we really want to define the lottery space, the online lottery space, and the future of it. And we see Zeal as an online lottery company, so really a technology company focusing on e-commerce, on data, and of everything what is available in the e-commerce space, focusing on the industry of lotteries and games, of course. So let's give it a little bit of an idea of the size of Zeal. So last year we had around 1.4 million customers live in average on our platform every month, and they spent around 63 euros every month. So that's a big number here. We are in a marketing capitalization of around 1 billion and delivered a lot of new money for new courses. And last year we were able to add 1.5 million new customers, 1.3 million new customers on our platform, with an EBITDA of over 60 million. And this year we will for sure beat that number again. If we look on what we are doing, I always say we don't sell lottery tickets, we actually sell dreams. It's about what would you do if you win the 120 million euro jackpot, or if you're more interested into houses, maybe win our latest Mallorca house that we are raffling out with the Dream House Lottery. So what is Zeal's overall structure? We have two areas. The core area is the German brokerage business, where under the big brands Lotto24 and Tip24, we offer state lottery products. In addition, we are offering for these customers our games business and two charity products, Freiheit Plus and Traumhausverlosung, the newest product on the table. This area defines over 95% of Zeal, so it's the biggest core business. Then on the other hand, we are looking into the B2B space, working, for example, in Spain with ONCE, the biggest blind charity in the world, defining their online lottery space, and also look into Zeal Ventures. Here it's about investing into innovative startups and really pushing innovation in the lottery space. So let's look at the market. I think that's one of the big factors for Zeal. We are set up, we are the leaders of the online lottery market in Germany. And it's a huge market, and we are owning around 44%, and our goal is to even increase that further. With an online penetration currently of 29%, we are really the market leader here and in the prime position to take the next steps. How is the competition looking? So like I said, we are the biggest one. Otherwise, we are competing with the 16 state lotteries, and they have the disadvantage of being just in their state available, while we are nationwide in the whole German market available. There are other small little broker players, but not really relevant in the market. And therefore, you see our 44% market share comes based on that. Then let me explain a little bit the business model to you. How does it work? So a customer comes on our page and he plays a state lottery product like Eurojackpot or Lotto 6 out of 49. We are collecting the billings from the customer and then transferring the stakes to the lottery operator, so the state lotteries here in this case. For this transaction, we receive a commission from the lottery operators, and also we receive from the customer a ticket or a service fee that together builds up our revenue components. The good thing about this business model is that it's actually jackpot independent for us, because we are not taking the risk of the jackpots. We are just taking all the upside of the jackpots because activity and everything increases significantly. But if a customer wins like 60 million, 120 million on our platform, actually the lottery operator is sending that money to us and we are just transferring it to our big winner. That's one part of my job that I really love, doing these little big prize money transfers to a lucky millionaire. So yeah. Like I said, very stable business. We are not taking any risk. We have a super predictable business here as well, as we have data of 25 years of our customers being online with us, and we can very well prepare and predict how customers will behave and how the customer lifetime value for certain cohorts will develop. If we go on the next page, what is the value proposition? I think it's the standard value proposition of an e-commerce. So you can play Lotto with us online at any time, from anywhere you are, with any device you want to use. And you have a big advantage compared to the kiosk, and that's that your bets are actually safe. It's not a little paper ticket that you could put in your pocket and maybe lose or get washed or whatever, but you have it all online and secure. So if a big win hits you, you get notifications from us and you always have your ticket. And on the other hand, of course, we have a much wider offering than what you would get on a kiosk, because there you play maybe Lotto 6 out of 49 and you maybe add an additional add-on product like Super 6. But in our web, you have available the charity lotteries, you have available the virtual games. So you have a much wider product portfolio available for your customers. And also the offer is focused on you, so on the customer. So it's really like personalized data-driven offerings for our customers, and that makes it very interesting for our customers and for us very valuable. And then a very unique KPI based on e-commerce, we have a really high customer retention rate. After a few months, when a customer comes in new on our platform, at the end, around 25% of the billings stay with us over a very long time and have minor churns over the years. We today already have customers who play with us 25 years, and we are still counting. So it's a very high billings retention, and therefore also very high predictability of our customer base. And all that comes on top of that is the peak jackpots, because of course they influence our customer behavior. So if there's 120 million euros on Euro jackpots available, apparently people just want to win 120 million. I would be also fine with 10, but that's a different story. So you see the peaks on this graph, how customer activity changes in peak jackpot situations, and therefore it increases, first of all, the activity of the existing customers. That's an upside. And additionally, it increases our customer acquisition activities. So we are getting much more customers in a 120 million jackpot environment, because there's, of course, a lot of media attention out of it. The kiosks are doing advertising. We have a big playbook of certain marketing channels that we play in this environment, and therefore we get a lot of new customers in, what helps us to push our growth year over year and also generate long-term value. Because what you see in the slide is like the customers, they are staying. So they are predictably staying in our business over a long time. And the cohorts of customers that are coming in are just layering over each other like a little pancake chart or the iceberg, really building up and peaking every time we have a peak. So on the jackpot situation. So that's really an upside even for this business. All new customers that are coming in have a payback period of around 2 to 3 years, what is also a very good number. And we are keeping these kind of boundary conditions really in our operational life because we want to invest all our marketing money in efficient marketing and not just spreading it out. And then on the other hand, like I told you, we have jackpots and all of this stuff, bringing a lot of added value on our platform. But on the other hand, we are also investing into new products and really widening our product categories. Why do we do that? For several reasons. One is we want to be jackpot independent. As you all know, we can not influence when a jackpot is coming or not. So therefore, we love pushing categories, product categories that are independent from jackpots. And also these are categories that attract different target audiences. So that's something that is really important for us because we want to widen the overall market potential for Zeal. And with these new products like social lotteries and games, we are able to target new audiences and are getting new customers in. On the social lottery side, it's like it says, it's a lottery that has a social purpose and delivering 30% of the stakes to charities. We have thought already Freiheit Plus live since many years. And on the other hand, we launched Traumhausverlosung last year. Here it is, the concept of the product is there is a real house. So this house in Mallorca really exists. And we are raffling out this house in a campaign period to one of our customers. So there's a real winner for sure, because it's a raffle, not a lottery. And that's a really successful product. We are on house number 6 and it beat all our expectations. And we have a big resonance on the market, on the existing customers, as well as we are seeing that it actually works and we are getting new customers in. So that's really cool. And on the other hand, we have games. I'm a big fan of games because it is really something that is attracting a different customer group and also a different customer wallet. Games goes into an entertainment wallet of the customer. So it's not like lotteries who are all in the same kind of spending area, but games is rather competing with going to the cinema or going to the concert. So you can spend 20 euros on playing around a little bit on games or going to the cinema. And this is really incremental additional sales that go into Zeal. There's already like a question like I see on cross-selling. So yeah, that's the challenge with games. You are not allowed to do any upselling into a high-risk product, and games is identified per regulation as a higher risk product. And therefore, all the customers who actually play today with games, they found it and they find it interesting. And nevertheless, even with that regulatory restriction, we are growing this category 50% year over year for the first 9 months. So really great growth. Where's the upside besides all these additional product categories and investments that we are doing? The huge potential is in the switch from offline to online. We think the market can grow, the online market can grow significantly. We are currently on 29% online penetration, and there is no reason why this cannot go up to 60, 70% over time. Why are we so ambitious about this number? It's because it's a 100% digital product. we don't need to produce something, we don't need to ship anything. Every interaction can be online, and therefore there's no reason that this cannot go up. And our ambition at Zeal is to own 50% of the market. So far, we are on 44 and really on the right track of achieving that ambition. And therefore, our lottery potential can go up to 2.5 to 3.5 billion euros, and therefore can double or even more what we see today. So a huge potential, and Zeal as an online market leader really in the position to grab the growth of that online market and participate even more than all other players. On the online penetration, that's one of the biggest assumption, of course, here. Like I said, we are today at 29%. Here, a little bit of an overview, how it looks in other countries, how it looks in other industries. There's a huge potential. So why are other states already at 60% online penetration and Germany is 29? There is no reason for that. That should stop us to grow to that level. The same with the other industries like music, banking, holiday bookings. So there's a huge potential, like I said, and we are here to grasp it. And last but not least, the 9 months result. Not sure how many positive stories you hear these days, but for sure we have a big growth story also in 2025 to tell. Our revenues for the first 9 months grew by 34%, driven by higher margin and a better product mix that also improves the margin. And on the other hand, increased number of active customers on our platform. And on the EBITDA, it even shows stronger, 55% year-over-year growth. That shows the beauty of that business model. It's really about economies of scale, and we are able to grow our EBITDA significantly. Let's deep dive a little bit on the overall growth on the lotteries. So we see that monthly active users grow 17% year-over-year. That's a strong growth based on the customers we acquired in an exceptional jackpot situation in Q4 last year, and also increasing activities and personalized offer. The average billing is always around 60 euros, so nothing to worry about that. It always goes a little bit down if it's a weak jackpot environment. And actually, the first 9 months were really weak this year. We had like 4 peaks, and we will not get any peak this year anymore. But nevertheless, very strong performance. So that leads us to the overall billings, lottery billings of our customers year-over-year increasing 12%. And the other drivers are the increased margin. Like I said already, it increased 3 percentage points, so in significant increasing here. And that comes due to the price increase we launched last year and the full year effect we see now in our numbers. And on the other hand, like I said, an improved product mix. So we really are pushing high margin products to really increase our gross margin here. On the new customers, we got 879 new customers, 1,000 customers in for the first 9 months and increased the number by 9%. What is really a strong achievement considering the very weak jackpot situation this year. The cost per lead expectedly increased due to 3 reasons. The first one is a weak jackpot environment, like I said already. The second one is that media prices on the known platform increased. I think you will hear that from all e-commerces around in Germany. And on the other hand, we did an active decision to do marketing tests on the new products like Traumasverlosung and, for example, games. And we were able to raise our guidance in Q3. So now we expect revenues being around 205 to 215 million euros and EBITDA around 63 to 68 million euros. That's still an increase relevant increase compared to last year. What is a real achievement? Because last year was an exceptional jackpot environment. We will spend around 60 to 70 million on marketing, like we guided on, and will continue. We invested into charities and games. And with that, just a little summary on why Zeal is great and why we love to see you investing in us. We are here the #1 online market leader, and the business model is really exceptional. We have a 30%, over 30% EBITDA margin, and have a very predictable customer base that is very loyal and enabling us really to steer our business with high efficiency. We have an under-penetrated online market with a huge growth potential, and we really think that also our product category extensions into games, social lotteries, really makes us stronger even in the market and puts us in the unique position to really grasp all the potential that is there. And of course, we are very attractive for our shareholders. We have attractive dividend policy. We look into base dividends, special dividends based on performance, and also share buybacks. And with that, I want to thank you for listening and handing over for Q&A.
Thank you very much, Andrea, for your presentation. I'm glad to see a company growing that fast. As you mentioned, that's not that often these days for a German company. But let's just dive into the questions. I think the first question you already mentioned regarding the regulatory constraints across cross-selling. So maybe we just go to the next question first. You have this beautiful slide about your social lotteries and games. The question would be here, should we expect any new product launches or formats in 2026, or will growth mainly come from more raffles and expansion in games?
Our ambition is to grow in this area and look if there is potential in the market. So for sure, we are looking into it. Nevertheless, it's a regulated business, so you need licenses for all these things. So before we can promise something, we need to look into the licensing topic. But nevertheless, we see that social lotteries and games are performing really well and really looking into expanding here.
Perfect. Thank you very much. There's another question saying that the Lotto 6 out of 49 is a pretty dull experience. Would you be allowed to invent some extra draws like a special number combination or the lowest sum of total numbers drawn, etc.?
I mean, all these things are regulated. So in Germany, you're not very flexible on doing additional draws on this one. We agree that currently Lotto 6 out of 49 is a very disappointing product and not going up to its potential. But the product definition is not with us. So it's really about the state lottery operators that define this product. And we know that conversations are happening because they see, of course, the same results as we are seeing on this product. But like I said, it's not in our hands, and we are not able to bet on certain things. So that's not how regulation in Germany works.
Okay, very well. Thanks. Let's talk about penetration and market shares. You assume online lottery penetration will reach 50%, but here Arvid asked whether this is overly optimistic, given that some people like the ritual of going to the kiosk on a Saturday, and this might prevent for getting to the 50% market share. What's your take on that?
I mean, our market share, I think that's not super ambitious. We are today at 44 and we are growing significantly. If we go about the online penetration, that's rather addressing these kiosk players. Of course, there will be always the social aspect of playing lotteries in Germany regarding this kind of, I go and grab a newspaper or my cigarettes and then I play some lotteries, or I want to have a chat with somebody. So that's for sure there. But this number is not ambitious because we are really seeing year over year a continuous growth of 1-2 percentage points of the online penetration, and that didn't change since since we launched again online in 2012. So I don't think that's overly ambitious. The question is just when it happens, not if it happens from my perspective.
Okay, fair enough. There's another question asking about your ambition to expand abroad. So do you have any plans to go beyond Germany into other European markets? And if you don't have these plans, what are the main reasons for staying focused domestically?
I mean, first of all, in Germany, the potential is huge, right? I said we can double Zeal just by grabbing over the next years and decades the overall potential of Zeal. So I really want to stress that. And I also want our teams to be focused on delivering that. But of course, there are products like, for example, Traumhausverlosung, where you could think that a potential internationalization is possible with a product that is successful as that. But like I said, the core focus is Germany. The potential is huge. Let's deliver on that and don't get distracted.
Okay, I think this is a nice bridge to the last question which we have here in our chat box, which asks about the operational levers behind your targets of mid-teen annual growth, revenue growth, and expanding margins through 2028. So what can you do to get to these targets?
I mean, the growth potential is there. We are investing into marketing and grabbing the switch from offline to online and getting these customers in. So on the top line, I think it's just what we assume will happen anyway, and we are ready to grab that. On the EBITDA side, on the EBITDA margin, it's really about economy of scale. And I think this year we see how that really already plays out, right? We have a very stable business that is can be run with a more or less stable cost basis, and the top line upside, 80 to 85% of that should go down to the bottom line.
Okay.
Of course, we have some direct costs that are linked to doing business, but nevertheless, that's how we see it and how also the guidance is for our operational teams.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's one final question. Maybe you can give us a brief answer to that. If CPL increases further, what's your potential to raise prices, get higher commissions? Get higher commission?
I mean, the price increase just partially already is covered by the price increase we did. So we are still in the range of 2 to 3 years payback period. So that's really a cool environment that we are in, with a very low risk for the new customers coming in. And therefore, we are not looking into big price increases like we did in the past. I think it's important having pricing as a muscle, but it will be rather little incremental things happening than a big bang like we did it last year. So I think a company always needs to see that their offering is still in a price range that customers will accept. And therefore, I would not expect any significant price increases to happen. Perfect.
We are just running out of time. Andrea, thank you very much for your presentation. For all participants who would like to learn more, we have a buy rating on Zeal. Have a look at the stock on our research hub. The next presentation will be Maya Mellenhoff. You will find the link here in the chat box. I wish all the participants a successful day. And Andrea, if you would mind staying here for one more second. Thank you very much.
Thank you.